This episode of ETC is brought to you by Go90. Okay, now we realize we haven't done one of these in a while, and for good reason. Social media fails happen like a lightning strike. Quick, unexpected, and forgotten after just a few minutes.
I don't know, unless you get struck personally.
Sure. So we've been trying to make more standalone videos when stuff happens, so you don't have to wait for a month to hear about something that's so old that it's already been forgotten.
But then we got graced with some stories recently that on their own are just okay. But if you take those little parts, combine them, you get something that's greater than the sum of its parts, and you get a social media megazord of failure.
Yes,
So
sir.
here we are, attempting to do a show that we canceled, or more than that, we just sort of forgot to keep doing.
Stop doing it. Well, not as sad as this girl, who apparently forgot her brain at the bar when she decided the best way to deal with a flat tire while driving drunk would be to live stream the entire thing on Periscope for anyone with an internet connection to see.
The Periscope stream, which was literally titled Drunk Girl Driving, starts with slurred words, a shaky camera, and what appears to be no hands on the wheel as she claims, I think I'm on a flat tire, as a song by The Weeknd plays in the background. Truly awe-inspiring for all the wrong reasons.
She then repeatedly claims, out loud, to the world, while driving, I'm drunk, as if it wasn't obvious by her complete lack of coherence and rapidly dwindling grasp of the English language. And then she makes claims somewhere in her mangled speech that drivers weren't available and I've got to get home, as she continues to drive with one hand on the wheel.
So obviously the good Samaritans watching on Periscope were quick to call the police.
Yeah.
But they couldn't really give an exact location of her moving vehicle. So the Lakeland, Florida Police Department found her stream and were able to locate her by recognizing local landmarks as she was driving by. That's great police work.
You know what was the best part about this police work is no one knew what Periscope was at the police station except for one, like the youngest cop there. That's what the news place reported. He's like, excuse me, I'm hip to the kids. So anyway.
Oh, the rookie thinks he's gonna tell us how to do our jobs?
Exactly. That's probably exactly.
I know what a periscope is. We used them back in the Navy all the time.
Officers pulled her over, which resulted in her hitting a curb. She didn't hit the brakes. She hit the curb, and that's what stopped the car.
That's what curbs are for.
That's their last-ditch effort for stopping a car, I guess. So they saw that she had indeed blown out a tire, and then arrested her after she failed the field sobriety test. Here's the mugshot. Ooh.
Yeah, way to go, genius. Not only should you not drink and drive, obviously, but then blatantly live stream a crime as it's being committed is a whole new level of dumb. So we're just glad that no one was hurt, except for her pride. I hope her pride was ruined.
Yeah, please. But listen, people make mistakes. Potentially deadly, terrible, stupid, unforgivable mistakes. When it's a company that does something stupid and you know that at least a dozen people signed off on the idea, well, it's just ridiculous. Like the latest social media attempted viral campaign from Call of Duty for Black Ops 3.
Yeah, this should just go in the dictionary under misguided for the rest of all time.
Yeah.
So we're living in a world that is constantly assaulted by terrorism so frequently that you wouldn't necessarily think twice about a tweet reporting a news story of something terrible going down. Like this right here.
Call of Duty, with its 2.8 million followers, changed its profile photo and Twitter header to a service called Current Events Aggregate, with the slogan, where we bring you real news, and then tweeted the following.
Breaking news! Unconfirmed reports are coming in of an explosion on the north bank of the Singapore Marina.
The tweets continued with mocked-up photographs showing the events.
Update. Sources confirm explosion took place at Singapore Research Laboratories belonging to Coalescence Corporation.
Those could totally be things. I don't know. I don't live in Singapore.
But people do. Then they tweeted photos of riot police claiming that they'd been dispersed to the area.
Yeah, so you could see why a few people would be upset by this whole thing, with some users calling it irresponsible and awful.
All in all, it's just terrible marketing and a complete misstep for a company as big as Activision, who should honestly know better than attempt to get buzz surrounding a fake but could totally happen terrorist attack, especially when you cloak yourself as a news company in an online ecosystem where people on social media get tricked all the damn time by satirical websites already at an alarming rate.
Yeah, we deal with it on a daily basis.
Also, like a lot of people on Twitter, not me, I only follow about 300 accounts. A lot of people follow like 40,000 different Twitters, so it's like, I don't remember what I subscribe to.
Yeah, exactly.
This looks legitimate.
Well, the fact that they changed their profile picture and everything to this current events aggregator is like...
Seems legit.
Whatever.
And it's verified.
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
they should lose their verification.
They should lose it.
Strip them of their verification.
Take it away. Anyway, speaking of people getting tricked into thinking things are real, The now classic hoax of Facebook trying to profit off your posts and photos and taking away copyright control of everything unless you post a stupid legal document into your feed, that whole hoax has reared its ugly head once again.
Yeah, it seems like this happens at least 4 or 5 times a year, and it starts with your adorably ignorant parents, grandparents, and people who just don't computer very well.
Yeah.
And then it spreads once other people see it enough times that, hey, it must be true.
Yeah. It usually reads something like, as of October 13th, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do not give Facebook or any entities associated with Facebook permission to use my pictures, information, or posts, both past and future. By this statement, I give notice to Facebook it is strictly forbidden to disclose, copy, distribute, blah, 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 so on and so forth. It's cringy. It's honestly cringy to see someone that you thought was smart enough to know better actually posting this garbage.
Well, one of the best things about the internet is like it turns your average Joe into like Phoenix Wright.
Yeah.
Anytime something legal comes up, it's like, no, I got this.
Time to spread my wings. But it's just not true. In fact, here is the actual language from Facebook's current terms of service regarding this very subject.
You own all the content and information that you post on Facebook, and you can control how it's shared through your privacy and application settings. You dum-dum.
So until that changes, and believe me, if it did, you'd hear about it everywhere, not just on Gam Gam's wall, everything will be fine as far as your ownership of the pics that you post.
Now wait a second. Of course, that doesn't stop anyone from just downloading your pics and doing whatever the hell they want with them, assuming they have access to view your profile.
Yeah.
But that's just the case with literally anything you put online. Sorry, kids.
Yeah.
Once it leaves you,
Wait, how did
it's
this
not
picture
really
of
yours
me
anymore.
get on another website? I thought Facebook was controlling this.
Yeah.
I need to call Mark Zuckerberg.
How did my sex tape end up on the cloud?
And then
oh no.
And then your grandma gets out of the white pages and looks up Zuckerberg.
Where's this Zuckerberg?
I gotta track this guy down. Now, this time around, we want to round this whole thing out with a bit of a social media win. We have new dad, Kanye West, realizing what games with microtransactions, like his wife's game, can do to a family, especially one that can't afford it like he can.
So a few nights ago, apparently after checking his bank statement for the first time in 10 years or something, or getting a frantic call from his accountant, Kanye!
What are you doing?
You're killing me, Kanye! He tweeted, any game company that puts in-app purchases on kids' games.
That makes no sense. We give the iPad to our child and every 5 minutes there's a new purchase.
If a game is made for a 2-year-old, just allow them to have fun and give the parents a break for Christ's sakes.
Hey, good for you, Kanye. I like Dad Kanye.
Yeah.
He's great. So thank you for saying what everyone else has been saying for years, Mr. West. Although I'm not sure if this is a win or a fail, considering that his wife's game made about $50 million in its first 6 months. And yeah, those came from in-app purchases, so, what are you gonna do?
It's not his fault, though.
That's not his fault. You're right. Dad Kanye's great Kanye, and he's gonna be President Kanye.
He really is. When I saw him,
Crazy.
I saw him in July, and it was like the happiest I've ever seen Kanye on stage, just
Yeah.
loving life.
Spring in his
Fatherhood
step.
has changed the man
He's
for the
a
better.
great man. You heard it
And
here.
He's going to be a great president.
Yes. He's gonna be the
He's
best
a
president.
Supreme Court, Mr. Gorbachev,
Yeah.
tear down these in-app purchases.
Yeah, that's his first executive decision.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, watch our podcast with Vern Troyer right here. Watch the new episode of News Dump from New York Comic Con. And there's also Tugs, which is always canceled, like this show. And don't go begging in the comments for us to do the show again.
You dinguses.
Yeah. Anyways, bye.